Breaking news. You won't believe what just happened at the Detroit Lions. Get the scoop on this big news before anyone else. But before we get straight to the point, I need your help. If you could like the video and subscribe to the channel, if you haven't already, you'll be supporting our work. This helps us continue to bring you all the latest news firsthand, without missing any details about each move the team makes. Now, without further ado, let's get straight to the news. The Detroit Lions urgently need to strengthen their pass rush. So far in free agency, the team hasn't made any truly impactful moves to strengthen this crucial area of the defense. There's still time for significant changes, but the more options available, the better. And a new opportunity has just arisen. According to ESPN's Adam Schefter, the San Francisco 49ers are releasing veteran edge rusher Leonard Floyd. Floyd, who signed a 2-year contract with the 49ers last offseason, played for the franchise for just 1 season. His performance may not have been spectacular from the perspective of Pro Football Focus, where he ranked just 102nd among edge rushers, but the numbers tell a different story. He recorded 8.5 sacks, second on the team, just half a sack behind Nick Bosa, in addition to 44 pressures and 8 tackles for loss. Even without achieving his 5th consecutive season with at least 9 sacks, Floyd has remained an extremely reliable player, not missing a single game since 2017. And here's a striking stat. In the last 5 years, 2020 to 2024, only 6 NFL players have accumulated more sacks than Floyd's 48, and the names ahead of him are league heavyweights: T.J. Watt, Trey Hendrickson, Myles Garrett, Nick Bosa, Haason Reddick, and Micah Parsons. In other words, Floyd is among the elite of pass rushers when it comes to putting pressure on opposing quarterbacks. If there's one thing that could raise doubts about Floyd's fit with the Lions, it's his physical profile. At 240 pounds, he's a bit of a departure from the body type that the franchise usually looks for in its edge rushers. However, his ability against the ground game shouldn't be underestimated, even though PFF was strict in its grading. Another advantage? Durability. Unlike Marcus Davenport, recently signed by the Lions, Floyd doesn't have a worrying injury history. Even at 33, when next season starts, he could be a valuable addition to a well-structured rotation. Most importantly, the Lions still have plenty of opportunities to bring in a veteran pass rusher, and Floyd should be a name to seriously consider. If Detroit wants to improve its defensive level without compromising the consistency of the roster, this could be a surefire choice. Would Leonard Floyd be a good signing for the Detroit Lions? In my opinion, Floyd could be a valuable addition to the Lions' pass rush. He has experience, consistency, and can still pressure quarterbacks at a high level. Even at 33, he can contribute to a well-structured rotation. But what about you? Do you think the Lions should sign him? Comment yes if you think Floyd would be a great addition, or no if you think the Lions should look elsewhere. I want to know what you think of this potential signing. Now let's move on to the next team update. The Detroit Lions may not have made any big-name signings this offseason, but that doesn't mean their moves aren't strategic. Instead of betting big on big names, the franchise has been bolstering its core with underrated players who are extremely valuable to the roster rotation. The latest addition? Linebacker Grant Stewart, an athlete who could quickly become a fan favorite in Detroit. The Lions' strategy has been clear: keep their own talent and bring in specific pieces that add depth and intensity to the team. That was the case with defensive tackle Roy Lopez, and now it's the same with Stewart, a player who brings energy, passion, and a relentless style of play, exactly the kind of athlete Dan Campbell loves to have in his locker room. The departure of Jalen Reeves-Maybin left a void on special teams, and the Lions needed to find a worthy replacement. That's where Grant Stewart comes in. Although he's not a big name in the NFL, the linebacker has excelled when given the opportunity, especially last season with the Indianapolis Colts. When he stepped onto the field, Stewart showed solidity in coverage and consistency in defensive plays, traits that caught the attention of PFF, Pro Football Focus. His performance may have gone unnoticed by many, but not by those who analyze the details, and the Lions clearly realized the player's value. In addition, the linebacker position was a weak spot for Detroit in 2024, with Derek Barnes, Malcolm Rodriguez, and Alex Anzalone all missing significant time due to injuries. This paves the way for Stewart to have an even bigger role than expected. If he continues to perform as he did for the Colts, he could become a reliable piece for the team both on defense and on special teams. Stewart has everything to win over Detroit Lions fans. His intense style of play, his passion for the sport, and even his appearance, with long hair in the style of Alex Anzalone, make him a remarkable player. But it's not just his looks that draw attention. He carries with him the mentality of a true underdog. Selected as Mr. Irrelevant in the 2021 draft, the title given to the last player picked, Stewart didn't let it get him down. On the contrary, he used it as fuel to prove his worth in the NFL. His history of overcoming obstacles, combined with his impeccable work ethic, made him an athlete respected by teammates and coaches. In 2024, Greg Doyle of the Indianapolis Star wrote a profile on Stewart, highlighting his unmatched commitment. According to the journalist, while most players stop as soon as the play ends, Stewart runs an extra 20 yards. In contact drills, he is always the most aggressive. His dedication and intensity are his true superpowers, not speed or brute strength, but sheer effort. Ultimately, the Colts decided not to renew with Stewart, but this could be a big gain for the Lions. If there's one thing Dan Campbell values, it's a player who doesn't give up, who plays with passion, and who puts his heart into every snap. Detroit fans, who are known for embracing players who show grit and commitment, will certainly identify with Stewart. If he can replicate his energy and commitment on the field, it won't be long before he becomes a fan favorite. Now the big question is, will Stewart be just another rotation player, or can he become an essential piece for the Lions? If he continues to demonstrate the same tireless mentality, the answer may surprise many. Grant Stewart has the profile of a hardworking, energetic player that Detroit loves. Do you think he can become a big name on defense, or will he just be a special team specialist? Comment below. Stewart's arrival may seem low-key, but players with this mentality often surprise and gain ground quickly. His energy, tireless effort, and history of overcoming obstacles are qualities that perfectly match the Lions' DNA. If he seizes his opportunities, well, he could become more than just a backup. He could become a valuable asset both in the locker room and on the field. Hey there, Lions fans. I want to hear your thoughts. Comment below what you think of this news, and let's exchange ideas about the team. I'll read, like, and respond to your comments. Oh, and don't forget to leave a like to strengthen the channel. This helps us continue to bring you the latest news and analysis of the Detroit Lions firsthand. Stay tuned, because there's a lot of news coming. See you in the next video.